European Society of Gastrointestinal Endoscopy, establishing the key unanswered research questions within gastrointestinal endoscopy. Introduction. Gastrointestinal endoscopy is a diverse and rapidly evolving field. Modern advances in technology have revolutionized patient care through techniques such as endoscopic retrograde cholangiopancreatography, ERCP, with sphincterotomy, endoscopic polypectomy, endoscopic ultrasonography, EUS, and endoscopic variceal ligation. Advancement in technology has unearthed gaps in existing knowledge that can only be answered with robust research. In this era of evidence-based medicine, quality research is important as it helps to inform policies and guidelines. Governing bodies such as the National Institute for Health and Care Excellence in the United Kingdom, UK, rely on research to benchmark standards and guidelines. In Europe, approximately €40 per person per year is spent in the field of biomedical and health research. In the UK, the Medical Research Council spent £771.8 million on government-funded medical research in 2014 and 2015. In 2015, over 3,500 published articles were identified using PubMed search that included the term gastrointestinal endoscopy in their titles or abstracts. In previous years, pharmaceutical and medical device industries have been accused of monopolizing the research agenda and not addressing questions about treatments that are held in high regard by patients and clinicians. This has led to the creation of organizations such as the James Lind Alliance, which was set up with priority-setting partnerships to identify unanswered research questions that patients, carers, and clinicians feel are important. Establishing research priorities is important to allow resources to be channeled into the most important research that will benefit patients. Studies that have the ability to answer important clinical questions impacting practice and influencing policy often require multi-center collaborative research to optimize validity. The European Society of Gastrointestinal Endoscopy, ESGE, was established in 1964, and among its aims is the promotion of interest, teaching, and research in the field of gastrointestinal endoscopy. It promotes international exchange of endoscopy data and technical advances, and supports large-scale international studies. The Research Committee of the ESGE has the mandate for establishing, discussing, and promoting clinical research in digestive endoscopy at a broad European level. Over a 2-year period, the ESGE has sought to define the key unanswered questions within the field of gastrointestinal endoscopy. The ESGE believes that these should become priority areas for future endoscopy research and would encourage researchers within the field of gastrointestinal endoscopy to make these areas a priority. The ESGE would also encourage funding organizations to prioritize funding towards research that seeks to answer these questions. Background and study aims. Gastrointestinal endoscopy is a rapidly evolving research field. The European Society of Gastrointestinal Endoscopy, ESGE, plays a key role in shaping opinion and endoscopy activity throughout Europe and further afield. Establishing key unanswered questions within the field of endoscopy and prioritizing those that are important enables researchers and funders to appropriately allocate resources. Methods. Over 2 years, the ESGE Research Committee gathered information on research priorities and refined them through a modified Delphi approach. Consultations were held with the ESGE Governing Board and Quality Improvement Committee to identify important unanswered questions. Research workshops were held at the 21st United European Gastroenterology Week. Research questions were refined by the ESGE Research Committee and Governing Board, compiled into an online survey, and distributed to all ESGE members, who were invited to rank each question by priority. Results. The final questionnaire yielded 291 responses from over 60 countries. The 3 countries with the highest response rates were Spain, Italy, and United Kingdom. Most responders were from teaching hospitals, 62%, and were specialist endoscopists, 51%. Responses were analyzed with weighted rankings, resulting in prioritization of 26 key unanswered questions. The top-ranked generic questions were: 1. How do we define the correct surveillance interval following endoscopic diagnosis? 2. How do we correctly utilize advanced endoscopic imaging? 3. What are the best markers of endoscopy quality? Conclusion. Following this comprehensive process, the ESGE has identified and ranked the key unanswered questions within the field of gastrointestinal endoscopy. Researchers, funders, and journals should prioritize studies that seek to answer these important questions.